get ready to introduce, because you're the boss. 10, 9,
Locking
8,
ourselves in here.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
We are back in the building. So if you're watching this, happy Christmas. It's Christmas Day. I'm joined here with my best friend, David Cuddy.
It's not really Christmas Day.
It's not really, yeah, but
We're pretending. We're pretending.
This is showbiz, right?
Yeah.
This is how things actually go down in the real world, unfortunately. So it's about 3 weeks before Christmas, but you're watching it on Christmas Day. So if your belly is bursting, if your gut is gursting, and you're out on your Christmas Day walk to get away from everybody else because you're half close to uppercutting half your family, welcome to the Drive with IG podcast. So I reeled my friend Dave in here to come back in. Can you believe it's been 2 years?
No, it's mad.
2 years since we filmed the last podcast. Now, small bit has happened in between. We're not going to talk about the elephant in the room.
What is the elephant in the room?
It's COVID. We're not going to say. I wasn't going to say it because you were saying earlier on, if you say it online, you'll just get shadow banned.
Well, you can on these. That's the thing. On podcasts,
it's going to be going up on YouTube. It's not going to be going on Spotify.
Oh, well, then you're fucked.
Yeah, this all right now.
No, you might not be. You might not be. You might not be. I think you're all right.
No, what I was going to do was just call it something else, so you could call it whatever you like, and we won't get shadow banned for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, anyway.
Once you don't talk about it for the first 5 or 10 minutes, you're grand. They
Yeah.
only look at the first 5 or 10 minutes.
I didn't think they went the whole way through the last one because we kept saying fuck every 5 minutes and I still...
You kept saying fuck.
No, yeah. But what you don't realise was the last time we actually recorded the podcast was we didn't know each other at all. And he just goes, yeah, hey, come down to the house there and we'll record the podcast. And me there, breaking myself, trying to look a bit professional, came down with all the gear.
You're bigger than me.
A bit bigger than
What were you afraid of?
No, I wasn't afraid of you.
You thought I was going to kick your ass. I don't blame you.
No.
Hardy bastard.
No, I was afraid you were going to ride me more than anything else. But anyway, that's another day.
You got away with it.
Likely.
Married man.
Well, sure, come here. Look, if it was any other day of the week, it would have been all right.
I've had a baby since we had this podcast.
Oh, and we both entered onto the property ladder again.
Yeah, you did. I didn't, yeah.
Well, I didn't again. You did again. I did it for the first time.
I got off the property ladder. It's been an emotional roller coaster.
You're like Elon Musk. I don't own any homes.
It's so stressful. So stressful.
And how's it going for you anyway since you moved out?
I'm delayed I moved out.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy in Mountra. And when we moved out, I thought it'd be simpler. We were going to buy one house. That didn't work out. Then we got the house we're in, and I really wanted to buy that. I really liked that.
Yeah.
But then it didn't work out with the owner. They didn't want to sell it. And then I was caught rotten, and I just went, fuck this. I just decided to buy a site.
If there was ever a sound for that house, it's, where is it? It's, where's it going? This one.
You don't like it?
No, not the house, but the thing, the way it's all done.
Oh,
remember the thing? Yeah.
So, well, that's for another day.
No, I'm not going to talk about that. No, it's the size of the bathroom is the size of my master bedroom.
Yeah,
that's
huge.
what I was getting on about.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh my god, you haven't been in my house yet. You haven't been.
I haven't time to piss.
You haven't been up in County Meath, so you haven't.
It's not as easy for someone that has kids to just get up and go. If I was to go, I'd have to bring Vicky with me. The odd time that I'm off, I can't just go off on my own. And I wouldn't bring my kids to someone else's house. They'd break it up and shy.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know. My older brother brought his kid down there yesterday, and Jesus Christ, he's like a bleeding brew. He was like a bull running around the house. I couldn't say anything to him though.
You've all candles and romantic shit everywhere.
Everything's glass and everything's made out of porcelain, and
there you go.
Goes into a hole.
When you
when
you pump a few babies into the woman, it won't be like that.
To be down pumping anyway.
You'll be hiding this, you'll be hiding that, you'll be putting cushions on stuff. You have to baby-proof a house. You don't understand, you're only a chap. You don't have to worry about it. It's a great job. Enjoy it.
I literally, you know the way Tommy Tiernan says, I know nothing about rearing kids. Nothing. So
Tommy Tiernan has kids, does he?
He has about 19 kids.
Tommy
Tiernan has I think it's about 11 kids he has. Don't know the man personally now.
Didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had that many kids. He doesn't really have 11 kids, does he?
I swear to God, it's not 11. Maybe it's about 7. But he has like a lot of kids. Like this man is pumping left, right, and centre. Second he gets off the stage, I'd say he's throwing another one into it.
I'd love to have another.
I know you were telling me there.
Yeah, I'd love to have another.
Because you come from a big family, you're just like want to have as many people.
And Vicky does as well. Vicky comes from a big family. There's 11 in her family. There's 11 in mine. So we're used to big families.
Yeah. What's it like, big families, when it comes to Christmas time? Do you all go to one house, or is that after years that it go different houses, or what?
When we were younger, my father and my mother would have had big families.
Yeah.
But every Christmas night, we used to go down to our granddads and grannies, and all the cousins and everyone was there, and it was just great crack. You can always remember just crowds, and even our house alone, Christmas dinner was mental. Like, it was mental. And I think that's when I got older, and Christmas, you know, when you kind of the magic goes out of it.
Got a bit more romantic for you these days, is it?
I love Christmas now.
Yeah.
There was a while when you don't have kids, it kind of, you know, it's not as cool.
Yeah.
You're just drinking and going out. And if you're having a good Christmas or you're getting a heap of women and yokes, it's great. But if you're spending a heap of money and going out every night and you're getting nothing, then
I
it's
got
fair
50
to
quid off my auntie, and I'm going to go throw the leg over this young one down the town.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
I can't really sit properly in this chair because it keeps trying to... Hang on, I'll do what you're doing.
Get closer.
Get close to the
See,
microphone.
this isn't my first rodeo in here.
See,
you're not used to this place.
No, since the last podcast as well, I've gotten very professional. I actually hired a studio because I wasn't arsed. Right, full disclosure, right? I cannot edit for shite, really. Not in any particular way. When it comes to the computer and the things, everyone thinks I'm great at computers and all.
I don't.
You know I'm not. I am absolutely brutal with computers. I can barely send an email, never mind put videos together. Everyone always asks, how do you get the videos together? I've no idea. Pure luck most of the time. And then getting them uploaded is a different story altogether. So the last podcast, when I was editing that, when you look at us talking in the video, my mouth's moving a million miles an hour and the speech is coming about 5 seconds later. So it was a disaster, and everyone said it to me, and I was like, yeah, it was.
What do you do when it happens?
Come here. It was actually my first one I properly recorded, so I gave myself a break after a while, but it was really, I was really nervous.
Everything gets so complicated. When I started doing this, it was just the phone, just the Snapchat.
Yeah.
And then I was transferring stuff, my stories every day, and editing them for Facebook, and then different types of editing for YouTube, because different stuff gets banned, although everything's getting banned now. But I tried the whole YouTube. You know, the way the production values on yours are really, really good.
Yeah.
Like the segues and the blending in, the B-roll.
It's all a story, yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, I tried that. I tried time lapses, and fuck, it's just, number one, the time, the effort, and nobody watches them.
Yeah. It's gas for me. I'm the other way around. Like, I could do Instagrams all day like you do, or Snapchats, and no one will watch them. Put up a YouTube video about a Scania and it's on 20,000 views in 2 days. Do you know what I mean? Cool. It's mental. Like, it's so weird. And I said this to you before, every app has a currency. Like, so you built your currency on Snapchat. Like, Snapchat is your bread and butter, basically, wouldn't it be? Whereas mine is YouTube, and then everything else came after, the same way that you started Snapchat, then it was Instagram, and then, well, it was Facebook first, wasn't it? Was that your first app that you started out on?
I was on a private group called Forestry Machine Operators Blog.
Yeah.
And I used to do a few videos on that. And when I tried to share them off that platform, I wasn't able. And then people were saying, just put them on your own page, then we can share them. So I just started up my own page, and that was really it.
Yeah.
And then I started Snapchat because Garrett and Greg were there. Oh, this is definitely for you. It's great crack. And I just grew. And Facebook and stuff was grand for a while. And Instagram, and then it started TikTok. Can't take that all. I keep getting stuff banned. Like, everything's getting blocked. Remember at the start, I used to do a few skits, messing, joking, a few little funny things. Like, which I thought they were funny. But, and they got huge.
There was a particular audience out there that didn't like it.
Yeah, well, they just got blocked. They just got banned.
I don't understand how people get blocked so easy off TikTok. There's literally women taking all their clothes off.
Yeah,
it's so, like it is porn. In a way,
it's discrimination against men.
Just get your langer out there, will you? See how quick you can take it down.
It is crazy though. Most of my Cannonball stuff got blocked off it, and all my.
It's all because it was to do with driving, though, wasn't it? Even though you weren't driving.
Remember Irish Bob? Remember years ago I used to do Irish Bob. Yeah. Irish Bob got banned.
And people wonder why you don't do them anymore.
And then everyone wonders, why don't you do them? It's just not worth it. And even I've noticed definitely in the last year, I'm finding it more and more difficult to actually speak freely about stuff. Like, I really have to think about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It sort of takes the good out of it. Like certain topics, like COVID. Holy shit.
Can't say nothing about it.
Like the minute that I get blocked for stuff and anything about religion, even if I'm not saying, even if it's not negative, you just can't talk about anything. Just have an opinion is nearly impossible. And that's why I'm going to start doing my own podcast. I can't do them till I can actually put some time into them.
But that's the home for it, really, isn't it? For your actual thoughts as a podcast.
At least you can have a conversation. Like we're having a conversation now, and I'm not worried about whatever I say, because people can have an opinion, but the actual platform isn't going to just swipe me off it.
Yeah. That's actually segues into a thing. A friend of ours, Don Cowboy Courtin, actually asked me a question. He said, Do you think that because ever since COVID happened, more people have more of an opinion because they're sitting at home, or what? Like, what do you think?
I think everyone has an opinion. I just think people are just too quick to make an opinion and not take anyone else's on. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion, but like you take it on, you're either upset about it or you're not. But it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion. It's like a belly button. I have a belly button. You have a belly button. I'm not going to fall out with you because you have a belly button if I don't like your belly button.
Yeah. The way you asked that question was, you think because of COVID people have more of an opinion? And I straight away thought was, I think it's more to the fact that because everyone's been locked in their houses for 2 years and no one can go anywhere, they think they'll never see you. Whereas the keyboard warriors before were always there. Now, in fairness, I have never had a great deal of it because I've never had a massive opinion on it and on the internet about fuck all, because I don't want to. Because I wouldn't go commenting on your video saying that was shy or that's wrong. I don't believe in that. It doesn't matter what, either positive or negative. I'd never be able to leave a comment on someone. Just never.
See, I don't mind the bad comments. In fact, if you look at my Facebook or my Instagram, I get loads of nasty comments and I leave them there. I don't mind them. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion. I don't like everyone.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's this, you're blocked or you're evil, or if you have an opinion I don't agree with, you're demonized, or you're a bigot, or you're a homophobe, or you're a transgender phobe, or whatever it is. You just can't have an opinion.
Yeah.
Like I done a podcast here. When was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago. No, it was 2 weeks ago. And I don't know, one of the things was, do you believe a male, a transgender woman is a female? And I just said, I don't agree.
Yeah.
You know, I think that they have a mental issue and I wish them the best.
Yeah.
And if they wanted me to call them a woman or a man or whatever they wanted, that's fine. But personally, I think they're still a man.
But you can't change science, isn't that what they say?
Yeah, but and it's not anything bad. I don't mean anything bad by it. Why is that an evil thing to say when that's basic biology?
But you know what the worst thing is? Like, even though you said that, or like that's what you think, who fucking cares? At the end of the day,
but that's the problem.
Yeah.
There was reports. I got reported. There was emails.
Serious?
Yeah. And I'm like thinking, right, fine, big deal. Like,
yeah.
You don't agree, that's fine. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong. If one of my kids ended up with that, I'm not going to hate him.
No, of course not, no.
But I'm not going to tell him, yeah, you're a girl.
But why is it such a bother?
You can have a baby.
Yeah.
You cannot have a baby. It's like, no, it's not the case. It's like, I can't identify as a 65-year-old.
Yeah.
If I was to go off and identify as, because I feel I'm a 16-year-old, could I walk down and say, hey, little 16-year-old girl, do you want to go on a date? Like, it's the same thing. The logic is the exact same.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No. Oh, no. We're going down a rabbit hole there that we don't even want to get into.
Move on or you'll get blocked again.
We'll step on. Anyway, so going back to since the last time we've seen each other, obviously you've had another child. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
That child is growing up fair quick now.
I know.
And same with Clark and Lily. Last time I seen them, they were real small.
I know.
And Clark was a little man the last time we were at the camera struck run.
I know.
That's unreal.
Sure, I see memories come up on my phone, and even just a year ago, like 2 years ago today, we were in Lapland.
Yeah.
And like he's only a baby.
What age is he now?
6.
Jesus Christ.
I know. You may have some.
No.
You're getting to that age.
I am. But
you're going to be a 60-year-old man with a 10-year-old.
Do you know, I'd say what it is, right? It's not that I don't want kids. I do want kids, but I'm just terrified of not being prepared for it, like money-wise. So like, I met you 2 years ago. I had no money 2 years ago, Dave. But I still have no money now. I have a house now, yeah, but I still have no money.
If you ask any parent out there, there's never a right time to have a baby.
No.
When I had Lily, I hadn't a fucking cent. I swear to God, we hadn't a cent. I remember I was working for a guy, and I was only after getting that job, and I was so happy to have that job, and I was at $14.50 an hour or something.
Just that was big money back.
And I was driving. It's only 10 years ago.
Yeah, but it was though.
But I was driving down to Galway,
right?
And I had a shit car because I asked for losing everything. Remember, I told you I made some horrible decisions, lost everything, hadn't a penny.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah,
we moved into the house. We had Lily, and the day Vicky had Lily, I came home from work. She went into the hospital around 11 or 12 o'clock that night. The baby was born around 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And I went straight back down to work. I worked for the day, came home that night, visited Vicky and Lily, back to work the next day until I brought him home, and then went back to work the next day. I worked Christmas Eves, I worked St. Stephen's Day, because I needed every penny I could get. I had to get myself out of that hole I was in.
Yeah.
There's never a right time to have a baby.
No.
You just have them.
You just have to wing it.
You just do things. That's what I do. Just do things. Just work your way out of it. I got myself into this mess. You have to get yourself out of it.
Yeah. I don't even know what I want, to be honest with you. All I know is that whatever I'm doing right now is pushing me towards doing the next thing. Do you know what I mean?
But why is the next thing?
That's the thing. I have to think about it, yeah. I've had a long talk myself now.
I often think back of when I was kids. I think kids saved my life. I think having Lily just actually made me a man.
But you needed that responsibility at the time. Did you feel you were real carefree before that?
No, I didn't. I felt like the world was against me.
Yeah.
I felt like I hadn't a minute. I felt like everything was everyone else's fault. And I think that as a man, you need responsibility. You need something other than yourself. And I've said it before here. I think when you don't have kids, no one's ever more important than you. It's not unconditional love. Even if you have a girlfriend, or a wife. You know, if I go home and see a lad gone to the fucking balls and Vicky, that's not unconditional. Do you know, that then the trust is gone.
Yeah.
Whereas if you walk in and whatever your kids are doing, they're your kids.
Yeah.
You always love them.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if they're stuffing all the money down between the floorboards, throwing remotes through TVs.
Yeah, kids is unconditional love.
Yeah.
I think everything else is just...
Do you know what I'll do? I'll take her advice on board and I'll get a dog first because I've been mad for a dog.
Don't fuck the dog.
No, I'm not going to fuck the dog. No. I'll buy the dog.
You can't have babies with dogs.
American has
Telling
tried.
you.
Telling you, there's definitely been an American that's tried it.
I've seen a few films where that shit goes on.
Oh, stop. Right. I'm actually going to dig into a few topics that...
Did you get many?
Good few. But they're all...
Any abusive ones?
I guess some stupid ones, you know that.
Go on.
Wait to hear. No, just I'll say it the way your man would have said it, right? This is the only way to make more sense. Oh, fuck this. Hang on one sec. Talk among yourself here now. I'm just trying to get something here now. Hang on.
We are in Vision 85 here in Portlaoise.
Thank you very much to the lads at Vision 85 for taking us on last minute.
Amen.
Matt's
not here. He's sick.
Heard he's only a bollocks
from pulling the belly of himself.
Look, listen, right. This is one of the first questions, right? Someone who makes it just make you laugh. You enjoy school. That's the way it's spelled. DJU. Do you enjoy school?
I hated school.
You hate school?
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
Did you finish it out? Did you do your leaving cert?
Yeah, I did, yeah. School was tough for me.
I fucking hate school. I
had no friends really. I could have ate an apple out through a tennis racket. My nickname was Rathead because I had book tea. And in primary school, and you know the way you hear people talking about being bullied, and you know, bullied. And back then, I didn't know what bullied was.
Bullied was just everyday hardship.
It was just God taught to school in the morning.
Yeah.
But I can remember one day in particular, and this I always think about this now. Sometimes when only when my kids are in school.
Yeah.
I think about it because I would have been, I'd say Lily's age, and I remember 3 lads pinning me down and pissing on me.
Jesus Christ!
Literally pissing on me.
Is that what they get up to in the Midlands at lunchtime?
Well, that's what went on that evening. And I remember going home like covered in fucking piss and thinking, wow, I have to do this all over again tomorrow.
That's real. I wasn't expecting. That's real fucking
No, that was shit. And then when I was in secondary school, that was just primary school. And then in secondary school, I was fucking a bit distant, a bit feminine. And I didn't have...
pussy?
Yeah. Right. And I didn't have that many friends either.
Yeah.
Coming to the end of it, like 4th year, 5th year, I made friends because I sort of grew up a bit. But no, I didn't enjoy school. School was not good for me.
So you definitely didn't find out who you were in school?
Absolutely not. No. And because of all that, and I didn't like all these guys, I ended up not playing GAA, so I missed all that.
You missed out on the hurling bands?
Yeah, I think I did. I didn't think that I missed out. I always thought it was a load of shy. But it's only when I got older I would have thought, I did. I missed out.
School was a fucking mad one for me because so obviously I'm not originally from where I lived with my mother and father. So I was born in Dublin when I was a young fella, right? Went to school, started out going to school in Dublin, and then when I was about 10 or 11 moved up to Drogheda. And so like complete culture shock, you know
Sorry
what I
to
mean?
hear that.
Yeah, no, it was desperate as anyone might think. Do you know what people called me in school? I had loads of spots and holes in my face, right? Do you know what they called me? Grand Canyon.
Really?
Kids are horrible bastards sometimes.
Kids are hard, but kids are kids.
They are, but sure, do you know why they're bastards? Because they don't know how to lie. And as the years go on, up until they're about 18, 19, they're learning how to lie from parents, uncles, brothers, whatever. So finding how to lie is true honesty.
Yeah, and they want to be cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh Jesus, that was I think that was the worst thing that ever happened to me in school. Like a couple of names, the odd boxing match here and there, but well, I got hopped on a couple of times. Fuck it, you know.
But isn't it
hard
funny
enough.
when you get older, even now, like I'd know them guys, I'd see them often.
Yeah,
And they're fierce nice fellas.
there you go.
It's just things that kids do.
Yeah, you can't hold a grudge from school anyway because no one knows who they are, and then as their life goes on, years go by, people have kids, people grow up, people find out their personality, what they like, what they don't like, and then you meet them down the pub, and it doesn't matter if you're a transgender that's into playing hockey or you're a truck driver that's into the cross dressing. At the end of the day, you'll sit beside the fella at the bar, and is he getting as hard as you? Fucking absolutely.
Oh yeah, everyone has it hard.
Do you know what I mean?
There's no one. I don't think there's anyone out there that has it that easy.
No,
Because
be.
life is fucking hard. It's supposed to be.
unless you're on the dole.
I'd say deep down when they go to bed at night, they're not that happy either.
Usually, if you're on the dole, and by the way, I'm not accusing anyone. If you're on the dole for obvious reasons, do you know what I mean? I'm not going after you. I'm just talking about scroungers and stuff like that. Because Dave, you got an awful amount of shtick off after calling a few people dossers.
I always get stick.
Yeah, but no, you got a serious amount of shtick for that one though.
Did I?
Well, did you?
Oh yeah, always. It doesn't matter what I talk about. There's always going to be someone that's giving you stick over something. Always. There's people telling me that I'm a bad father. There's people telling me that I am a bad husband. That I'm a shit husband. That Vicky must have an awful life with me. But I live in that house and I know everyone's fine.
That's exactly it. Right, so we'll go into another. This is just I'll pop through randomly through the questions, and then the topics will just keep going over, right? So Leahy21 asks, how does Dave find time to fit in everything he does?
I have timers on my phone and I don't sleep and it's horrible. And I had planned all this year, right? This was the plan.
Right.
I'm taking off December, I'm not working. I'm going to get on top of my orders. I'm going to order stuff in plenty of time. And I did. I ordered stuff in plenty of time. But with COVID and with Brexit, everything was held up. And then Gareth Gregor, after ordering, by this time, the news will be out.
Oh, we'll talk.
Because this December, we've ordered new machines. And the new machines are supposed to be here. So we were getting rid of 4 for 2. And I was to go and do less hours every week. And I'd have more time to do my social media thing.
So you would have been double manning the machines basically, wouldn't
it? 3 with 2, like we did originally when we first started.
Yeah.
And
nights and
yeah. And then it worked out that the machines didn't come, they were late. So there it is. I'm in December. I can't let the lads down. Orders just coming in like mad. So I can get up in the morning, 4:30, down to the office, do up some orders that are quiet because the tape gun and stuff wakes up the kids. So I do the letters and the hats and stuff like that. And then I do like correspondence, email people back, do
Returns,
orders, pay
like
some
that.
bills. And then my alarm goes off then again at 5:30, 5:45. And then I have a massive shite if I need one, make my coffee, get my lunch together and up to the wood.
So you're a morning shy fella, are you?
I'm a morning
But
shite.
see, you probably drink your coffee or your baraka when you wake up.
When I wake up.
So-
I have a cup of coffee drank before 4:45.
So it's leaving you
It's
before you
leaving
leave the
me.
house.
Yeah. And then I go up to the wood and I work. And then when I get home, I have to, chill with the kids,
Yeah.
get my dinner, and I wait until they go to bed, and then it's into the office. And then at 11:30, 12 o'clock, I go to bed. But now like this week, for instance, I was just so stressed out. Like, I mean, it was just the orders had to be out for the 6th for the stuff going to New York. Abroad. And we just had so much going on. The car was after breaking down and Dad wasn't well. There was an awful lot going on. And I was sitting in the office and my heart was beating. And I was going, what the fuck is wrong with me? I was there fucking stressed out. That's why I have too much cortisol in my body. I'm just stressed out. There's too much going on. And I said, I promised myself I wouldn't do this. And I just said, no, I'm farming this out next year. I need to get help. I need to hire someone. because it's just too much stress.
As much as anyone likes to think that they can do it all, you really can't you?
Oh no. And when it's like it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday Vicky went to Santee, or was it a farmer's market? See, that's the terrible thing. I don't even know which one it was, but I couldn't go. I just couldn't go. And I was like, what the fuck is the point? Like,
yeah,
I have to change that. I have to change that. Because I've always said the most important thing, like everything I do is for the kids and stuff. And like you can get a bit lost in everything.
You don't remember where you were when you left off. So you've this big, massive international CEO e-commerce business going on.
CEO of an international e-commerce business. And I like it. I like it. And I like selling stuff. And I try to sell the best stuff I can.
And do you like being your own boss?
I don't feel like my own boss.
Do you feel like it's even a bit like, obviously it is a business, like, but do you even feel some days, is it a business or is it just something that's going on?
That's a great question.
Getting better at this podcasting thing.
Yeah. So I started it and I just wanted to see where to go.
Yeah.
Because I always used to, when I get my messages, like I try and go through as many messages as I can. I set an actual time, like 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. And if I have a long draw, and if I have nothing to do during the day, I'll drift through them. And I try and answer people back because I get an awful lot of messages. And it's always some women, but it's mostly young men. And who do they have to watch? Like when I was younger, if I had someone like me to watch, I wouldn't have felt so shit about where I was in life.
Yeah.
Because everyone you watch, you think, oh, look at their fucking brilliant life.
Yeah.
Look how handy they have it. Go to the gym in the morning. They're in 9 to 5.
There is no,
everything works out. And I'm there. No. I just do the same shit every day. I get up. I go to work. I don't do anything other than work. I hand my wages to my wife. I have my kids. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. You just get up and do something. It doesn't matter what you do. And that's okay. And enjoy it. And be okay with it.
Yeah. But you know what the funny thing is? Like, me and you talk about this all the time, off camera or whatever. But it's like, do you find that, are you better off just having a job and going from there? Or do you feel that, you know, pushing yourself and doing, you know, are we wrong? The likes of yourself, you started your own business there, the merchandise, the Snapchat and everything else. I do the YouTube and I do a few other bits and pieces on the side. Do you, like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like, what the fuck am I doing? Why don't I just do my job and fuck all this? You know what I mean?
I don't think it matters. If you're doing your job and you're happy with your job, it's fine. I'd be just, if I hadn't started this and if this goes away in the morning, I'm totally happy to just do my job.
Yeah.
I like my job. I like to sit there. I like to drive. I like machines. I'm totally okay with my job. I started selling stuff because this was taking so much time. People want you to do it. I enjoy doing it now. I enjoy creating the content. I love watching the old videos back of my kids on YouTube. They're always there. Like, I enjoy it.
They're great memories.
And then but the whole business end comes into it because you have to pay for your time, and your time is worth money, and people don't want to pay you for your time. Loads of people want to give you stuff.
Ireland's really bad for that. Would you want to cover that a small bit? Like,
yeah, but it gets to a stage then when then people do want to.
Yeah.
So then I got to a stage where people did want to give me
pay you
money for doing ads.
Yeah.
And then I'm at a state with the content that I do.
Yeah.
And because everyone knows me so well, like, people talk to me, they know me.
Yeah.
Like, they know me. So if I get an ad for...
Who knows you though?
People that follow me know me.
Yeah.
Like, I meet people all the time and they come up to me, like, they know me. They know me.
Yeah.
Because they do.
They know you in and out. They know your whole life.
They know me. So they talk to me as if I'm just someone they know. So if I do an ad, they know well I don't agree with that. Like, if I was to do an ad going, Now TV, $6.50 a month.
Yeah.
They're going to know for a fact I don't even watch TV.
Yeah.
So I can't get away with doing ads.
Yeah.
I'll only do ads if I have 2 criteria that I use for doing ads. It has to be part of my story. I have to use it. I have to like it. And I have to be able to say whatever I want.
Mm.
And most people, even when I get past the first hurdle, they say, oh, no. no. You have to say this and you can't say that. And if I'm at a stage where I have to really think about what I have to say, I can't say anything. I'm not an actor.
Yeah.
So it leaves me in a situation where the only way that I could possibly stay doing what I'm doing, because it takes up so much time. Like, I count my time now.
Yeah.
The time I'm doing social media now is about 30 to 40 hours a week.
Do you hit yourself hard for the big money? You know the way you'd be at Garrett and Greg for the extra few pounds. Do you say to yourself, here now, Or is there a few pound in the new year?
See, so when I tried to sell stuff, I tried to sell the best stuff.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't trading any more than a year, I couldn't get loans. So I had to buy all the stuff. So you're buying in bulk, you're getting rid of all your money, and then you're waiting and waiting and waiting. So you have all the money spent, but you have nothing to sell. So like you're chasing your whole tail the whole time. And then like I'm happy enough doing it because I feel like it'll get somewhere. If I can do my podcast and I feel I can, it's just frustrating when I feel I can't talk. When I feel I'm at a stage now where you're being pigeonholed.
Yeah, and do you feel like it's your own limits are like, so the likes of Snapchat and Instagram, they're limiting what you can say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's the second you mention the word COVID, the little banner comes up on the bottom of everything now. It's so strange.
So frustrating. It's lately it's becoming so frustrating. And I just say, right, the only thing that I can do is start podcasts, because then at least if I get fucked off that, or if I get fucked off Instagram, if I get fucked off Facebook, at least I have that. I still have that.
Yeah. And are you going to do video like this whole setup in here?
Yeah, I think so. I need to do something. My plan is, if I want to try and build a house.
Yeah.
So my whole plan is to try and build this house. I'm going to try and do it mortgage free. If it takes me 6 years to do it, because I'm just so tired of, I just don't want to be buried with debt for the rest of my life.
No, definitely
I'm 40 something now. I'm there thinking maybe I can do it. If I have to put in 150 hours a week and kill myself for the next 5-6 years, I'll do that.
Yeah, but sure, if you died tomorrow when the house is built, at least it's yours. There's nothing fucking out on it or nothing.
Hey, I could be wrong, and maybe it'll all be balls, and then Vicky will fall out and she'll say to me something even, fuck you. We're fucking getting a mortgage and we're finishing the house. And if that's the case, I'll do that too. But I want to see, can I?
Yeah.
I want to see, can I? And if I can do that, I'd be really happy about that.
That's brilliant. Fair play.
If that happens.
Yeah.
You know what they say about plans.
Oh, fucking, you want to make God laugh.
Yeah.
Adam Curry asked me, would I ever get into forestry? I'd love to get into forestry. I thought about this to you before, but where I'm from and live, I would have to travel to where you work to do it. Do you know what I mean? Around Meath, Louth, Dublin.
When he says forestry, does he mean driving a lorry?
Pulling timber, like with the lorry. I do that most weeks anyway. It's just not timber straight out of the ground. It's timber from a mill. Do you know what I mean? So it's either or, but to do what the likes that you're doing, love to do it. However, logistically isn't going to work out. I signed myself to a new machine for the next 5 years as well, so that's not happening for the next 5 years. And
you don't need the hardship anyway.
No. Well, sure, come here. Look how fresh you look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I keep nice and clean. Amos just after coming in, spying on us.
We're just at the halfway point, are we, Eamon? Happy days. We're keeping going. So.
He has the measuring tape in his hand. I'll get him out now in a minute. I just don't want to embarrass. I don't want to embarrass Ian.
Come here. Is there still a massive hole in the top of your one?
No, it's cleared up. It's just a white scar that I can never hide for the rest of my life.
Really?
Little white scar on the top of my penis.
Did Vicky notice the difference?
Well, she doesn't do too much staring at it now.
Is it like a straight through pipe now? Is it?
No. It looks the exact same as it did. It just, for anyone, during the 2-year break or hiatus that we had, I got up one morning and I went down to get a cup of coffee in Centra in Mountra, and I pressed the button and I got a little pain on my side. Just a little pain on my side. And I was making the coffee, and just as the last few drips were coming out of the coffee, the pain got worse and worse. And I was like, fucking hell, what is this? Maybe I need a shy. So I got into the car with my coffee. I took a sip out of it. The pain got worse. I was like, I definitely need a shy.
Right.
So I went back up to the house, because I was going up to meet my parents. And I went up to the toilet, ran upstairs, sat down in the toilet. Ain't no shit coming. This pain was getting worse and worse, and it was going up my side. And I was there, what is going on here? This really, really hurts.
Stabbing pain, was it?
It was a stabbing. It was bad. And then I went in and I lay down on the bed, and I was just there, right, maybe I have a stitch. For some reason, I'm getting a stitch.
Yeah.
So I lay down on the bed.
You sound so calm. That was me.
I lay down. I wasn't calm at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm lying down on the bed. It's getting worse. I lie down on my side. It's getting worse. Now this pain just ramped up to a stage where I got down on the ground on my hands and knees, and I literally could not breathe.
Oh,
It was so bad. And for the first time in my life, I called down to Vicky, and no shit, I said, call an ambulance. I think I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die. I was in fucking bits. I could barely breathe. I started puking. I started dry heaving. Like when all the puke came out, I was dry heaving. The pain was that intense. And now I've broke nearly every bone in my body. Like I have a pain threshold. So Vicky rang the ambulance. That was going to take ages. So we got into the car and we went over to the hospital. And it ended up that I had a kidney stone. But the kidney stone was after getting caught. It was a little sharp one. And it was after getting caught in my urethra. And it was after...
Straight down to the pish hole, isn't that what that is?
No. It was the pipe coming out of my kidney. There's a little valve. And it was after rupturing it. And it was like bleeding. So it was clotting. And they gave me morphine. They stuck needles in or whatever. Got morphine.
They had to get a 3 or a 4 tiny thing, did they?
The morphine was beautiful.
Were you over?
I was... Whoa, this was brilliant. Yeah, it was great. And then the doctors took scans and ordered, like, you have a kidney stone and you have to go up to Nace in an ambulance and get it removed.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm high on morphine. I don't give a fuck what's happened. The pain stopped. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Went up to the hospital and I was due for surgery the next day. And I was just sitting there, still on morphine, happy out. And then this group of doctors comes over. I was supposed to be in a private room, but you know the way the health service is, I was in a room with a load of other people.
Peasants.
There was 2 doctors and some student nurses and some student doctors. I don't know what way it was. And he started explaining to me about surgery. And he says, we're going to go up through your urethra. And I was there, sorry, what? He said, we're going to go up through your urethra. And I was there, my piss hole. And he was there, well, yeah. And I was there, you're going to, how big is this thing you're putting in my dick hole? And everyone was like just there laughing. And I wasn't finding it funny at all. And he started showing me, he was about this size. And I was like, that is not going to fit in my dick hole. And he was there, oh, we'll make it fit.
That gives me a pain in my
We'll
dick
make it fit.
Yeah.
I went into surgery and it came out. Oh my God. You should have seen it. It was like someone had put a firecracker into the top of my dick. It was like it exploded.
Burnt or not?
No, it wasn't burnt. But it was like bloody and cut, and there was a wire mesh coming out of it to keep it open. It was my dick was in tatters. I was looking at it going, oh, that's it now. That's it now. It's never going to be used. I'm never using that again.
It came with a string to fucking count it up.
And then the doctors, you're going to have to pass water. We have to pass water through it before we let you out and stuff. So Vicky came up and I showed her my dick and I was there, looked out, sorry I mightn't be able to use this anymore. She goes, you've been dramatic, David. No, I'm not.
What did she think? Did she just go, oh?
She was, I knew by her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's there, oh, my good dick.
That's grim.
Yeah. And I tried to drink loads of water to try and pee and I couldn't pee. I ended up puking. And the doctor was there, stop drinking. It's not going to work yet. The valve has to relax. You have loads of damage done to it or whatever. And then I did. I peed about 8 hours later. I was like bloody, clotty, nasty. And the sting. The sting. And the pain every time I pissed for about 3-4 days after. Got home, they removed the gauze or the wire mesh out of it. I thought, but it's fine. My penis is perfect now. It's absolutely perfect.
She's like plastic surgery done now.
But it was the most intense pain that I've ever felt in my life. And the surgeon that done the job, she was a girl and she had babies and she had also had kidney stones and said that it was worse than having babies. So I know what it's like to have babies.
You had a baby through your own dick hole.
Through my dick hole. There was more pain. I handled it like a man. I didn't whinge and moan about it. And I was back in work in 4 days. I know, I was back in work in 4 days, but the pain, fuck me.
And so I've driven your far there, yeah? Going over them bumps.
When I went back to work, every bump was sore. And it stung peeing for about 2 weeks after it.
Anyway, how was your Christmas dinner? Was it tasty?
Christmas dinner's grand.
No, these are all watching this on Christmas dinner.
Oh yeah, Happy Christmas. I hope your dinner was lovely.
If you're on to the Baileys and cheesecake there now, I would pass for the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. Will we get this gauze out of the way? Some cheeky fuckers asking for free stuff is unreal, isn't it? People just, I was about, in fairness, if you don't ask, you don't get. But it wasn't fucking free for me, won't be free for you. All right? So fuck it. How many times have you crashed your car?
How many times have I crashed my car? The one I have now.
Oh no, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna bar that question, right? Because fuck that question, don't have that much time, right? I've got a really good question though, right?
Right, go.
Someone called the Leak Flyer sent this in, right?
That's some name.
It actually is a brilliant question, right, in fairness. If you and David were to set up a business together, what would you do? The social media thing or trucking?
Trucking. Lorries.
Just tell me no.
I'd love to start up a business where you go around to all the towns and all the roads and you get the council or whoever's in charge of setting up the roads and kicking the fucking shite out of them. Now, I haven't been on a lorry in a long time. But
what was the last lorry you drove? The 16, was it?
No, it would have been the FM.
Right. The one Dara drives? That one?
No.
Ridge and Drag?
It was Ridge and Drag.
No, not the red one.
It was a yellow one.
Oh, right.
Anyway, you'd know more because you're on the road all the time now. But what is the crack with all these roundabouts with pedestrian crossings in them?
I don't know.
They are treacherous.
There isn't enough roundabouts, I think, going round.
But like when you have a pedestrian crossing on a roundabout, it has to be the most dangerous thing for a truck driver. Like you literally can't watch everything. And no people should be walking up and down. I know loads of guys that have said it to me. There's people who have had accidents and these town councils are putting pedestrian crossings in places. Where do you think the most badly designed roads are?
The M50. I'll tell you why, right?
But in the towns.
In the towns, who has the worst town? Party should be one of them because the town's so fucking narrow as it is, right? Especially when you come, from the prison and the hospital area. That's where they put all those roundabouts with pedestrian crossings, just around there, was it? Especially where there's two mini roundabouts as well.
There's a good few of them.
Part of these is a shy hall for roundabouts now. Laois County Council, you want to get that fucking
sorted? Yeah, Laois County Council get it sorted.
But who else is a bad town? Mill Street in Cork is a very bad design town because they've I always say this, right? The biggest shit is made in the smallest fucking places. Have you ever been to Mill Street now?
Not on lorry, but I used to work there.
Mill Street, right? So obviously timber, a lot of timber around Mill Street, right? So in your neck of the woods. But not only that, there's massive steel companies down there that build, like the fucking Starship Enterprise comes out of this place in the middle of the town. I swear to God, driving into this one place, right? I'm not going to mention any names in case they bar me or something, right? But in between two fucking buildings, real narrow buildings, one gate, Arctic loads, like I go down there with the trombone, extended load, 17 and 18 metres sometimes, turn into this narrow little place. You drive down this thing and you're on the back of a mountain and it's a big huge fucking place. I swear to God, in the main street in the town, you drive through these two little buildings, down a little alleyway and into this big massive fucking thing. And they send out, what was the biggest beam they sent out there? I think it was a 45 metre beam, steel metre beam. And the town is narrow, like it's like, what would you describe it as?
I know the town.
It's fucking, you know, it's narrow. It's right in the square in the middle of the town. 45 metre beams come out there and like the roads out to Mill Street are shy, no matter what way you come from. It's just fucking, I don't know. Small towns with big things in them.
What would you class as the dream job in a lorry?
The dream job in a lorry?
Like someone rang you in the morning and said, this is what you're going to draw from now on. Congratulations.
I'd actually say the work I'm doing now to steel, it's great because it's the only thing I've driven over the years of driving that people actually want. So when you rock up, like I did a lot of food at the start, and then it's the same with domestic stuff like retail stuff, anything like that. You show up somewhere, oh sorry, you're gonna have to wait an hour, we're busy here, oh sorry, we can't take that in today, or that's refused, or you weren't here at 6:05, we're not loading you, you're there at 10 past, you know what I mean? So that was all a lot of bollocks. And then I left trucking. So actually, since we've done the podcast last, I've had 5 different jobs since last time I was talking to you, and now I'm back
because he doesn't take my advice.
Yeah, I didn't listen to him at all. I went and did my own thing, but sure, hey, here we are. But I came back to do the driving, and at the time there was a disaster of a man on the steel that was going anyway. So anyway, I took back over that. When I first started doing it, I didn't like it, but got to know it a bit more. It's like fucking hauling gold. Every time you pull up outside the place, the lads couldn't be nicer to you. Yeah, we'll get to that. It doesn't matter, you rock up at lunchtime, you pull up at lunchtime.
You draw to big companies you're drawn into or small?
When I tell you it can go anywhere, it can go anywhere. Like I've been on top of the mountains. I've been to the smallest towns in Ireland that you would never believe were even in this place. There's a little town called Ballinadee in Cork, and the road out to it it's dire. Like it's like.
And what is it? Little factories?
No, little tiny engineering yard, tiny little like fella, small little yard. I swear to God, the yard wouldn't be bigger than this room, and it's a little shed. And he's ordering 18 metre beams down to the middle of nowhere, up these treacherous L roads to get up to them. Like I had to get escorts from, where Innishannon is in Cork. from there up to the place because I couldn't get up the road without someone ploughing into me. The road was that narrow, like.
Yeah.
It's deadly, like, but it's cool, like, because you get to do all these places that you would never ever see, like. And if you had said it to me 5 years ago, I go down here. I said, "Can't get a fucking lorry down there." Oh, you fucking get it down there now. Oh, you get it down there now.
That's because you've got practice and you're not afraid of going anywhere now.
Exactly, yeah. And since I settled into it now, we've ordered my new lorry as well, so that's due to arrive. When's your machine arriving? December?
It was
January?
supposed to be, Greg's was supposed to be here now, and mine was supposed to be here in about 12 days. Now Greg's, I think, won't be in until the 17th of December, maybe the 18th, and mine will be in actual, maybe John Deere's yard just before Christmas.
So
maybe.
we're allowed to say what they are then, are we?
Yeah, 1010G with multi-space.
Is that the same one that you have now?
Yeah, bigger.
Bigger deck?
Bigger wheels, bigger extendable bogie, or long wheelbase bogie.
Yeah.
Multi-space bar system goes up and down.
So you can push them up and down from
and
the
in and
cab,
out.
Yeah.
So if I'm in with the 1010, see, we do tenants,
Right.
and we do clear fill, so you can't have something too big because it has to fit into the tinning line.
Through the line, yeah.
So there's a certain amount you can't go farther than. Whereas this one's going to be able to extend, so as that we're in a long draw, I have the option to bring more.
So it's a more versatile machine.
Well,
than
we're
the one you have.
hoping, and we're hoping it's easier on the ground as well.
Isn't it funnier, like the length of time you do business? Like you have been doing timber since you were chaps, like, you know what I mean? But every year when you're upgrading your things, you always put more stuff on it.
The technology changes,
Yeah,
so you have to go with the technology, and you have to go with what's new and what Quilsha, your landowner, or your vendor wants.
yeah. It's mad. Like even the lorry I've ordered, some days I think to myself, no, I need everything that I've ordered on this. I need it, and I do. But then there's some things in it for shits and giggles, right? But obviously you're gonna do it, like if you're expecting it from new. But some things you just say, no, I don't know if I need that, and then you go to a place, oh fuck, I need this. Do you know what I mean? Or I needed this. Why did I not get it? So you were in obviously the space where you ordered something, ticked every box that you could get on it. Obviously,
but it's different when the guys are. It's going to be me and Gara driving it.
Yeah,
it's not going to be just me.
Yeah,
and it's for work. It's like I'm after buying a Jeep, and that's something now I'm after spoiling myself for. I'm after.
See, one drove past us on the way here.
Yeah,
same one as yours. Oh,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
What is that for people who don't know? Obviously,
no, they know now.
Yeah,
they know already.
So what is it? Raptor.
But a Raptor, yeah.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah, no,
I'm very jealous.
I was looking at Hiluxes. Like I really like the Hilux.
Remember you were telling me.
Yeah, and I drove them, and I just felt I was not been told the truth, and
with the Hilux.
Yeah, delivery time was been too late, and then Ford were really looking after me. They gave me the Jeep, gave me a great price. They gave me new Jeeps to drive until mine comes, so I don't care how long it takes.
In fairness to Ford, I work with Ford, completely different Ford to what you work for, and they couldn't be more accommodating. Doesn't matter what you're at. Doesn't matter who you are. Yeah. I've even seen it doing with their customers now as well. Like I'm not trying to lick Ford's arse here.
No, it's individual garages like Bolins and Wexford are who I'm dealing with, and they've been really dead on. Like they gave me the Raptor for the first 2 weeks, then they have that new Wild Track. That's a nice. I can't get over the difference in the two.
It's unreal, isn't it? I remember when you sent me that you got the Wild Track, very similar. I done a video on a Wild Track very similar to his one, except they put all the kit and whatever on it. Yeah, but so it's when that drove past, it dwarfed it.
I know.
It fucking dwarfed it.
It's the Wild Track towards the Raptor is like a horse and cart.
Yeah, but the people say, "Oh, they're just the same thing." They fucking are not.
The suspension's everything.
Yeah,
and then the road presence they have, they just look cool.
If you had bought a Hilux, I swear to God, a Raptor would have drove past you, and you would have said, "Fuck no, that's cool."
I know the Hilux are nice. There's actually a guy in.
Did you not think the Hilux were fierce agri now? No.
It depends what extras you get on them. Did you ever see the Hilux Arctic?
The one with the big wheels and all?
Yeah. They're fair cool.
Oh, they are. But you're not going to be driving down an Arctic in fucking leash, like.
It's the same difference having a Raptor. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, I can't justify that I need this. This is just something I'm buying because I want it.
And was there, we won't talk about individual deals or anything, but was there much in the difference between the Hilux and the Raptor?
15 grand maybe.
Towards the Ford?
Yeah. Well, there's a big difference in a Hilux and a Raptor, like.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah, but yes, I didn't think there was that much.
I know there is a good bit in it.
Right, I'm gonna just see if we have any more of these questions coming through. So I got a question here, right? I found it very disrespectful towards myself and yourself, right?
Oh,
listen to this. How are you about
like them.
punching above your weights with your wives and partners? How you have you now? It's very fucking equal.
I don't know. I'd probably agree with that.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Well, sometimes I think, "Jeez, no, I'm a lucky man," and I am a lucky man. But sometimes I think, "Fuck me, she's one lucky woman." I'll tell you one thing.
Look, it goes both ways. But I would feel lucky now. I have Vicky. It worked out good in the end.
You got a younger one.
I did. She's grand.
I got a younger one as well.
How younger is your woman than you?
4 months.
Fuck off.
Here, I'm a 211 and she's a 212.
I think Vicky's 7 years younger than me.
Is she?
6 or 7.
My brother, respect. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Don Corton asked another question actually as well. He asked me 2 questions in one and I forgot the second one. Do you think the government are trying to push us towards a 2-tier society with COVID? Right? I'm actually interested to hear your opinion on this.
With COVID.
So he's saying, right? He says, do you think they're trying to separate further the gap between the rich and the poor and make the poor more reliant upon the government?
No. I think that it's very simple. Our government have not one clue what they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing. They're trying to keep loads of different people happy so as they can get voted in again. That's all they're doing.
I fucked all this up. Hang on, sorry about this.
No, they're not. Well, it's the level... They're just trying to control. It's a level of control. And it's this forced control. I was only talking about it today on my story. That's the problem I have, is this forced control that they're trying to...
I wanted to get it off your chest here now.
I hate it. I think we have no structure. We have no leaders. It's just shocking.
It's even, and everyone to say about your one Mary Lou. Your one Mary Lou started out as Fianna Fáil. The one thing that now everyone seems to forget
no,
is
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she started.
They're all the same.
Of course, they're all crooked cunts.
Everyone is going to do this, that, and the other until they get into power. And then when they get into power, it's the same thing. They just want to stay in power. It's like I'd love if we just had a leader that told the truth.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you had a politician, right? Now, I've had this debate with loads of people and they disagree with me. But I think imagine if you were a politician and they fuck up. They do something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Right? And they make a mistake and they stood up and went, yeah, I made a mistake there. That was wrong. I'm going to change the way I do things. That was a big mistake I made on my behalf. They never ever take personal responsibility for anything.
No, of course not.
If our kids were to go on the way our politicians do, it just wouldn't fly. I'd be astounded of the stupidity.
Did you ever hear the answers they gave?
They don't give answers.
Yeah, exactly.
It frustrates. Imagine if it was a law that politicians could only answer questions in yes and no.
Yeah.
Imagine how simple it'd be.
Jesus Christ, no. I watched one of those clips online. I don't know, is his name Danny Healy, right? The skinnier one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking my name and Ryan, what are you going to do about fuel prices? And Ryan was like, but if we just grew plants.
I know.
He's a lunatic, that lad.
I know.
He's
so
definitely
bad.
off his head. But you know what I think, right? Especially with this whole COVID thing is, and don't get me wrong, people can disagree with me here on this as well. Just do what you're fucking doing and do it anyway. Especially if, like, you want to go to drinking in a bar, make your own fucking bar and go drinking in it, right? Because they're going to do this. They're going to keep doing this. Do you think this COVID thing's going to end anytime soon?
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything for society.
No.
And for the structure. Like, we need pubs. We need industry. We need a service sector. And to force everyone to have an injection that they're not 100% sure even works. And then to force people to do it. That's the problem I have. It's this forced. And we've no choice. Would you do it or you can't live your life? When is that ever? I know when that's happened in society before. It didn't go well for people.
Are you talking about the situation in Germany, was it?
Yeah, it's shocking.
Yeah.
But like, when is it going to end? Like,
did you ever visit?
No, you did. I
Yeah.
heard your podcast about that.
Fucking mad.
But it's just crazy. I can't understand how people think it's going to end. It's just going to stay going and going.
What they said over there was when they did this film, right? And they says, so you know the way over here, it's going and going, and you need this injection, you need that, it's forced, whatever. Over there, they used to, they were just filling everybody full of shite no matter what happened. So it was just pure lies, straight out. Now, in fairness, we've been told nothing but lies since the start, really, in fairness, because no one knows nothing about anything, apparently.
I think there is truth in, like, just say we're talking about the booster and we're talking about the vaccine. And they're forcing everyone to do it. Like, I had the vaccine. I agree with it.
So I've had two of them,
if you're not well and if you're old, you have to look after your old people. You have to but you can't put me in the same bus as a 20 stone sick person with asthma
Smoking.
or an old person, or you shouldn't have to make me do stuff. You shouldn't make me bring my kids to get an injection. That's the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's this forced
And
compliance.
what do you think about getting the kids injected? Is it a flyer for you, or
No, that's not a flyer for me at all.
No.
But they'll make you. They will make us.
They'll start saying you can't go to school unless you have it.
Like, think about it. Every time we go for somebody, we have to show a COVID pass.
Yeah.
Think about it. And we've done that. Like, when did you think you'd ever have to do that?
Never.
Like, what? Like, people have forgot about their civil rights. And they want a booster now. And they'll make everyone get it. And you get to a stage where I'm there, oh, no, I refuse to do that now. I don't agree anymore. I've made a decision. And then that means I can't join my society and do things that I used to do. Because I've made a decision that I should have as a sovereign citizen of this country. And I'm not going to be able to do that. That's not cool.
No.
That has only happened a few other times in history. That's why I'd love to fucking I'd love to move to America at this time. And they're mad hooers.
Yeah.
But Vicky wouldn't go. But I tell you, it's still going the way it's going. It's shocking.
America's a mad kip. You've obviously visited it.
I have. It's not that it's mad, just there's so many of them.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many of them. And people at the extremes are very mad.
Sure, extremes. America is nothing but an extreme. Do you know what I was only talking about to Horde the other day? I was like, do you ever watch American films, right? Like, obviously there's millions of American films. But if you ever watch them...
They're some of my favourite films, actually.
I like being the people... No, I'm only asking. There's a definitive line with most American films. They're always encouraging day drinking, right? Which is a mad thing, right?
Do they?
Watch it, right? Every fucking film that I've watched, they're either drinking during the day, they're drunk driving, right? What's the other thing they were doing? They're putting old age people. You know the way over there, there's no such thing as retirement age.
Yeah.
Every fucking old person in every American film are working until the day they die over there, and they're encouraging debt. It's just all debt. So when you leave school in America, straight into college, forced loans. Take this student loan because this is what you need to get you through society or into college, get your degree. Then you get your degree and you have $250,000 in student debt. Don't know how that happens, but college must be there over there.
Student debt is a problem over there.
Yeah, and then you
can't even become bankrupt from it.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Like, you owe that till the day you die. It doesn't matter what happens. And when you die, it's your kid's problem.
But it happens here, not in the same extent.
But it's, I suppose, how do I put it?
How many people do you know went to college to do courses that they were never going to get a job out of, that they just went to drink and then decide, don't like this, or do something else? Well, mommy and daddy are paying for it. The colleges are a business.
Yeah.
And not everyone should be going to college, and everyone is told, go to college, go to college.
Oh, geez,
you're not anybody unless you go to college.
The only reason you should be going to college in this day and age is if you want to be a doctor, nurse, something like that.
There's loads of different things you have to go to college, but there's some people that shouldn't go to college. There's some people that just should not be going to college.
And would you decide who they are? Would you say they're wasters and just...
No, they wouldn't be wasters at all. They could be brilliant. They could be better suited for apprentices.
So you're thinking that they shouldn't be defined by their degree kind of thing?
Yeah, degree. Yeah. In Germany, there's loads of different apprenticeships you can do. You don't have to go to college. It doesn't swallow up the whole college system with people that shouldn't be there. They should assess kids from an early age. But by the time you're in 5th, 6th year, it's career guidance teachers that know what they're actually supposed to be doing should know. You need to be an apprentice. You need to go here.
Yeah.
They should teach kids what do you want to do? What are you interested in?
Yeah.
Are you shit at maths? Shit at maths in school.
Push personality more than pushing what's it called?
When I was in school, I was shit at maths.
Yeah.
I was so shit at maths, and because I was shit at maths and I didn't like certain stuff, but still everyone thinks, go to college and do this, do that. I won't get in anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless I have these subjects, I won't get in anywhere.
Yeah.
And they had me thinking that I was a fucking idiot. And I wasn't. I'm not fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I'm just not suited for that.
No.
But they should be able to... and there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of kids that should be pushed in certain directions and they're not.
Absolutely.
Just getting left behind.
Do you know what the strangest position in Ireland is? Why I think there should be apprentices in and there's none? Nurses. Why are nurses being apprentices?
I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. They have to do the college end of it, the etiquette. But sure, that's what they do in apprenticeships anyway. There should surely be an apprenticeship for nurses, like.
Yeah, I don't know that now.
They're not.
I think there should be apprenticeships for loads of different things. Sure, anyone I'm talking to now, the amount of businessmen that message me chatting and saying that they can't get anyone. They can't get any employees that they do get, and most of them, 90% of them are out of college with the grease coming out of their arse, they haven't hands to wipe their hole.
No.
And that's a problem.
Find that very difficult in this day and age, especially in every trade. Your trade's the same. The haulage trade's fucked
And
altogether.
COVID didn't help that.
No, absolutely not. Where did everyone go?
people are happy to just sit at home.
Yeah, it was a real like, I don't need to work 5 days a week anymore. I'll do
Some
4.
of it's not even their fault. Like if someone offered you 500 or 600 euro to sit at home, why the fuck would you go to work?
It was offering 500 or 600.
No,
I would have stayed at home.
yeah, but that's what I mean. Some people would.
Yeah.
If the juice isn't worth the squeeze, why would you?
No, definitely not. No, especially, well, I don't know. How do people? Do you reckon it'll be a problem now next year when people who had mortgages and they're on the pup, even if it was out of their control, like they worked in hospitality or whatever, they had a mortgage and all, and like how does that work?
I have no clue.
Do you know what I mean?
I have fucking no clue.
Country's fucked next year now.
Well, look,
Hashtag save every penny.
an ill wind always blows someone some good. You know, if things went fucked in the morning, sure, I'd get my house built from that. Prices would go down. So someone will always win. Everyone's always up or down at some point.
I don't know who's up, but anyone in the electrical trade will tell you that I paid €700 for the cable. That's 6 months ago. The cable was €400 yesterday.
Yeah, sure, timber's the same. Everything's the same.
Oh, it's fucking mad.
I know.
It's fucking mad. But I think we're coming close to the end of this now. I haven't a clue because he's meant to be watching the time.
Well,
what time
it is now 10 to 6.
On Christmas Eve.
On Christmas, is it Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? It's coming
Christmas Day. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Christmas Day, Christmas Eve? I was thinking Christmas Day.
Whatever you want. Christmas Day, I'm going to be
full to the tea.
Oh, right now, this very minute, I'm probably giving away my prize.
The big sack.
Santa's big sack.
What were some of the prizes? The stay in Westport, the earphones.
That's it, and the watch.
Very
Same
nice.
watch as that.
Someone's going.
And a €250 gift card.
So if you haven't bought,
it's gone now.
Yeah,
it's closed Christmas Eve.
You definitely don't have that hoodie if you haven't got anything out of the sack anyway. That's for sure.
So,
what was I going to say to you? So what's the plan for the next year? What's your idea? What do you think is going to happen for yourself and for the world?
I'm hoping that we have another baby. That'd be my main thing.
Congratulations! You're probably pregnant by the time this goes out.
I hope so. I'm trying hard. Just hope the kids are all happy and stuff like that. That's really it.
That's all. You just want to be in a good place. That's
all. Yeah.
I don't know where I always set myself little goals, even if they're the stupidest things in the world. Last time I was talking to you, I had it in my head that this time next year I'm going to be on telly for something. No matter what it is, that happened. Done documentary RTE. I think I paid for it now, but I did what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
Then for the Blue calendar, I wanted the channel to hit over 1 million views. That was important. I just set targets that I think I can do, and next year I don't know, I'd like to turn this more professional if I'm going to go at it at all, because I've been at this 3 or 4 years. I've been doing YouTube videos. I kind of want to either make it work really well or not do it at all, one or the other. So I think the end game is making this more professional, try and not be so hard on everybody or myself, and just try and be fucking happy, same as yourself.
Sex sells. You should take your top off. Do your videos with no top off.
Maybe.
No top on.
Yeah. Lads are mad into that.
Show the tats.
I get to okay, me towels out. I'll show you me athlete's towel. Oh, stop. Actually, wait, hang on. I think I have one more. I've got a missed call.
Who's ringing you? Very unprofessional.
Very
unprofessional. You're on about professionalism.
Hey, look where we are. We're in an actual studio with someone else doing all the business. This is as professional as you're going to get. So we spent half the time talking about fucking your dick with a hole in it. You know what I mean? That can show you how professional we are. All right. Where's this one gone? Who's the hardest of the Cuddies?
As in?
Hardiest bastard.
Oh, the hardiest bastard. Wow. Seamus and Barry would be, I think, the strongest. But Greg's a fucking lunatic. Greg's an animal. Greg's just...
Greg would bait you on national TV.
He would.
That was on telly, wasn't it? Or was it just broadcast?
Well, it was on a good few platforms. But no, Greg... But look, he hasn't bet me in years, so I'm happy enough.
That time we came up in the trails, remember? He looked at me and goes, my van's bigger than yours. And I instantly go, George, you're dead, right? I may leave.
I know, he's an intimidating character.
Fair, right? Well, a lot of people don't realise from your videos, Greg comes off on your videos as like like, I don't know how would he come off. He doesn't come off as what he is in real life, and he's fucking gas in real life. He's great.
All lads are great. We have great crack.
Yeah. So you'd be watching your stories, and all you think is like, jeez, I wish I worked there. It looks like great fun.
It's just, we're alone most of the day. So you start in the morning, you might talk to each other in the morning for a minute, and then like you're getting your shit done.
Yeah.
And then it's lunchtime. And
See,
you're sitting in the van.
You're lorry drivers that don't go anywhere, really.
Yeah.
But that's
it.
That's not a bad thing. That's it. Yeah.
And when we were at different stages on the lorries, we used to drive lorries. I was on lorries at one time.
So the Garrett and Greg both drive lorries.
Yeah. We all drove lorries.
All for the brothers.
Yeah. And when it just worked out that when I was on the lorry, the lads were on the machines, and I'd be ringing them all the time. We'd be always on the phone to each other.
Yeah.
Like every day we'd all ring each other. The same group of lads always ring each other. I'd be talking to my brothers and my friends, and everyone's at the timber.
Yeah.
It's just, it keeps you sane.
Oh, you need to talk to someone. I don't really talk to my brother as much because he's kind of big business. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's working on the next million. Do you know what I mean?
I was talking to him at the
he was telling me, he goes, I heard someone calling me a dickhead, and I looked up, I was about to box the head out. There's Dave.
It was affectionate.
Oh yeah. He looked at, you see it in the video, he looks up and he goes, who's getting in the headlock here? He didn't know it was you. He didn't even know it was you.
I know.
And he goes, oh fuck, it's
He
Dave.
couldn't hit me anyway. I had my son with me. It would be bad for him.
Oh, sure, he had his son. He just get his son to.
I've seen that, yeah.
His son is a little boxing artist. He is. He's
Really?
going around baiting all the kids.
Is he actually boxing?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's-
That's young for that.
He's some man. He bet me the other day.
Go ahead.
Yeah, in a race.
In your knees.
Yeah. Oh, it's in shite now. I'm telling you. But no, I just hope everything goes well for you in the future.
Yeah, you too. You too.
It's as I said at the start of this podcast, first time we did this, didn't know each other. 2 years go by, get to know people after 2 years, and last time was just a bit of a disaster. Came down with the one microphone, couldn't hear me, could hear you perfectly, which was the main part of the video. But it was a strange one.
We won't be waiting 2 years next time.
No, definitely not. No, well, you never know. The way the fucking people are going on up above in Leinster House, you never know. Could be locked down again.
I won't be.
I'll be letting loose.
Do I want?
So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Ad Blue calendar. I hope you enjoyed all the videos. Don't know how many videos actually went out in total because it was a bit of a mixed match. But hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great Christmas from myself and Dave here. I hope you had a great time. Thanks again to Vision 85 Studios for hosting us here, and thanks a million, Dave, for joining us, and appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Well,
give everyone a big hug and a kiss that you love.
That's right, or a wank.
Happy Christmas.
That's all a man wants.
Happy Christmas.
Anyway, happy Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Have a good one, lads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again in 2022.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh, you're happy?
That's a wrap.
That was good.
That was good. You enjoy that?
Yeah, that was good.
I'm happy enough with that now.
Yeah, that was good.